Hello and welcome to this ClickFunnels review video. My name is Zimmeron. Thank you for watching. Now this video is going to be something a little bit different to any of the other videos I've done, and probably more different than any other review video you've seen for any other product. And it was something that I had promised and said that I was going to do in one of my videos, and a person happened to actually call me on it and say, hey, I want to see you do the video about what it is that you don't like about ClickFunnels. And it's sort of funny because one of the reasons why I didn't end up doing the video sooner was because ClickFunnels have been so quick and so fast to add not only new features to ClickFunnels, but in addressing any of the issues that I've sent to them over the past couple of months in using ClickFunnels. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't know what to record it on, because they've been pretty quick and pretty prompt in doing modifications and changes, which is really good. I mean, I really appreciate that they're just as enthusiastic about this product as I am as well, and as you should be too, especially if you own it, because it has a lot of power behind it, and there's a lot of really cool things that ClickFunnels does that most other systems out there don't even remotely come close to. I mean, ClickFunnels is like a one-stop shopping as far as building sales funnels and membership sites and even building entire websites. I mean, if you've got a website, or you need a website that's just to sell a particular product or just to sell a particular service, you don't need anything else. You can build the entire website using ClickFunnels, because you can build in navigation, you can build all the individual informational pages related to that product or service, and you actually do not need to use WordPress or any of the other tools out there to build a website, and you'll have something that's professional, that's hosted, and that's pretty cool. So, onto the things that I do not like about ClickFunnels. Now, again, I just have to re-emphasize that these items that I'm mentioning may or may not already be on their to-do lists. Okay, and the things that may not be on their to-do lists this may prompt them to do them or add those features into the system. If they don't, I will keep letting them know. But they're overall pretty minor compared to a lot of the issues and problems that I have with a lot of other software out there. So let me just get right into it, and hopefully I can keep this video relatively short. Okay, one of the first things that I would like to see modified or changed, it's not actually necessarily a problem, but I would like to see a way in order to be able to see the full entire sales funnel properly. Now, what that means is, right now I can see all the components of my sales funnel here, okay, and this happens to be a real sales funnel that has not yet launched, because I've been working on it and I've got other issues with it elsewhere, and I've been focused on other things. But basically, you can see here, this is a sales funnel right here. You've got your main opt-in, then after that there's let's just move this up here. You can see I can drag and drop, move things around and put them in different order. Okay, all good, all fine. But I've got the main opt-in, I've got the then I've got a subscription offer, then I've got a done for you offer, then offer to the 24-hour success course. Let me just talk about this. So if someone opts in and they get this offer page for this subscription service, okay, and that, what happens if they decide that they don't want it? Okay, well, what if I wanted to offer them and I wouldn't in this particular sales funnel, but let's just say if I wanted to offer them a downsell, okay, where maybe there's a subset of that original subscription. So say this subscription was a certain amount a month, and then if they say no, I'd offer them a discounted subscription with maybe less services or less products as part of that. Okay, at the moment, that downsell would have to come in between here and basically affect my linear path. Now let me just show you what I mean by that. I'm going to put in here subscription downsell. Okay, subscription downsell. Create funnel step. I'm showing this more to illustrate. Okay, the system knows, and I'll just add it to my funnel here. Okay, add to funnel. And there we go. The downsell has been added, and I drag it up here. It's obviously now a part of this subscription page. Okay, so what happens is this system will know that when they click no, I'm not interested in the subscription, it will know to take them to this downsell page because it happens to be a downsell page. Okay, if I selected some of the other templates that were not part of that downsell template section, I would need to manually configure it to be a downsell. So the system would know if they say no, go to this page. If they say yes, go to this page. And if they say no to this, then it'll probably go here. And if they say yes to this, it would go here, okay? And that's all well and good. But if I start having multiple downsell pages here and I want to get really funky based on the options or selections that people make, based on yes or no, they're going to buy this offer or no, they're not. It's still very linear, okay? And I would like this to either be indented, so that it's not as large, so it's not part of that critical path of my sales funnel, so that way I can see that just better visually. So, one way that they could do it is, as I said, they could indent this a little bit more so I could tell that this is just part of that or something. Maybe they could add, I don't know, a graphical representation, maybe lines. I don't exactly know what the solution is, and that's probably the reason why no one's done it before. But even if I just had a page or a little pop-up where I could see the graphical representation with the lines of where people go, would help me a lot. And it would be cool if I could maybe even drag and drop that page as well a little bit, and I could also see which page everything is linking to, just to make sure that all the links are there and that they're all valid. Okay, so that's what I would like to see, because I think that would make this tool so much more better, so much more easier, and with really, really complex funnels with lots of downsells and upsells and subsets and things like that, I would be able to tell more easily the flow. Okay, so that's one of the items that I did want to say, and that's probably one of the more larger items I would like to see, because it'd be cool if I could just confirm that everything is interlinked correctly and going the way that I want it to, and anything that's not part of that critical path would be somehow indented or separate a little bit so that I can tell what's going on. All right. The other minor complaint that I have is that they've been a little bit slow. I'll just put in a new page. A little bit slow in getting more templates in there. Okay, now one of the benefits of ClickFunnels is the fact that you can edit the heck out of the templates. Okay, you can literally start from scratch and you can build any page that you want. And you can see as I'm scrolling down here, they have a lot of templates in here, and that's just the opt-in templates that I just scrolled through. Then they got thank you pages, webinar registration pages. They've added a whole new set of categories in here, everything from as seen on TV, webinar broadcast rooms they've got now, where you'd broadcast your webinars. with chatting and things like that in there. I mean, look, they're really doing a cool job, but I would like to see more. Okay, I want to see more templates, and I'd like to see them to see some of the templates have a little bit more variety to them as well. Let me just see here if I can go to some of the other templates. Let's just go back to the opt-in one here. Okay, because some of their templates, like if I get here, there's not a lot of variety, except you can see that there's just a few different color changes and things like that. And to me, that doesn't constitute as a different template, because it's so easy to change the colors on them and the backgrounds and all of that it doesn't really matter to me. Okay, so I'd like to see some really cool, fun ones in there, just because sometimes it's easier to start off with a different type of, a certain template that's closer to what you're looking for as your final result. Okay, so that is also one of the things I'd like to see, is just more templates. Now, as I said, they've been adding a lot more, and I've seen a lot of additions, and they've got new categories of templates in here as well based on people's requests, but I just want to see more. Okay, and that's my own personal request, because I want to be able to have more fun, okay, with this as far as building out my funnels and my different pages and so forth. So that's item number 2. All right. Item number 3 is a complaint that I've had more from people that have been using the system, or that have purchased the system, and that is the fact that they still need to improve upon their help. Okay, not their customer support. Their customer support is very responsive and very fast. Okay, very, very good. But the instructions and the training or tutorials are a little bit behind. They've got a lot of them in here, don't get me wrong, they've got a ton of them in here, but a lot of them are still text-based instead of video-based. Okay, so you go in here and it's all mostly text, and not video tutorials. And I think that they really need to do some more improvements as far as improving their video instructions and so forth. Now you can see they do have webinars as well that they've had, webinar replays in here. So they've even got a done for you service if you wanted them to build out the funnels for you. And they've got a lot of cool stuff. I mean, they've just increased a lot of their integrations and things like that. But it would be nice if their videos were better, or that their tutorials were a little bit more in-depth and detailed and up to date. But again, they're improving the system so much and adding so many new features that it's forgivable, but I know what it feels like for someone that's not as tech savvy. Okay, like I've figured out everything in ClickFunnels on my own. I actually have not even gone and read any of their tutorials at all. Okay, so I have not really gone in there myself and used them, because to me, everything in there is very user-friendly and very easy to understand. But that's me. I'm in this industry. I'm a developer myself, and so forth. So you can't assume that people that are less tech savvy, may have, certain issues and certain concerns. But if you do, I would contact support as best as possible. To get those issues resolved, or contact me. I have no problems at all in recording a video that would help you understand certain parts of the system. It's actually good for me, because then I learn more about what's in there, because my knowledge is more or less going to be limited to what I'm doing anyway. Alrighty, so that was my other complaint, is that they do need to get a little bit more on top of and more current with their trainings and add more videos to their trainings. Alrighty, so the next item is, let's just open up the editor. One of the things that I would like to see in the editor itself, as you can see, I can very easily go in here and change my wording, okay? I can make it word press, okay? But anyway, what I would like to see is just a little bit more flexibility in the text editor as far as changing the font colors and so forth, okay? Because at the moment, if I click on here, you can see that the text color, they only have two sections for text color: the normal text color for this particular element, okay, and the bold color, okay. So you can see, even if I go here and I do the same thing, I have the text color and then the bold color. So I don't have the ability, if I wanted to make this word version, I can make it italics and everything like that, but I can't actually make it a different color, because I can only change the color for bolded text and non-bolded text. I know that that's a small thing and it can look really, really tacky to have lots of different colors, but I just like to have that flexibility myself, okay? Because I might not want to have this be bold, but I might want it to be a different color nevertheless. Okay, fair enough. The other item I'd like to see them have is with images. Okay, let me just pull up the images. Okay, now I can upload my own images and all of that, not a problem. But their stock images are very limited at the moment. I would like to see them have a whole bunch of their own stock images of different buy now buttons and different selections of images. There's no reason for them not to. I mean, they can get a hold of, I'm sure, a whole bunch of stock images that they could just load up in here, so I don't have to do the work myself. And there are certain basic images that I would expect that they would have in here by default. Okay, they've got background images. They've got a pretty cool icon finder. Okay, so if I put in, like, say, calendar, I think that's the right spelling. And you can see, it brings in a whole bunch of icons. Okay, that's cool. So give me some stock images too. That would be even better. Okay. And what was there one other thing I'm trying to think of? Oh yeah, it would be cool if they would add a little thing to each of these little squares that allow me to drag and drop the different sections from here, rather than having to go in here, select the rows, and then be able to drag and drop from in here. I just think it would be cooler to just be able to select this, and they have a little tag on it, and that I could just drag and drop it from here. And then the final thing, and this is truly the last thing, is that I would like to be able to switch between the different versions of my page from here. Okay, I don't want to have to exit out of here. Okay, we can go back to my main page here, and then click on split testing, and then click on edit. Okay, that to me is just a little bit too much work, and it's you can see this is a different version. It's got a video versus the other one, which didn't have a video, and the other one had a banner up the top that flies in at a certain period of time and all that fun stuff. But what I would like to see is, I would like to see there to be either here or here or somewhere the ability to switch between the different versions of my page, because sometimes I might want to just compare them quickly to see what the differences are and compare them for whatever reason, and it's just not that easy to do without actually going back to the main menu and maybe opening up different browser tabs so that I can switch between them. So that would be my other request that would make it more user-friendly. But that's really honestly it. I actually didn't think that this video was going to take that long, because I do talk a little bit, and I didn't have that many items, but I did want to actually show you exact examples of the items that right now are the only things that I find that I would want updated or modified in the system. But they are by no means deal breakers, and still, I've yet to find, I mean, compared to something like lead pages or other enterprise self-hosted systems out there, nothing remotely comes close to what ClickFunnels can do. The only comparable item that I've found is actually InstaBuilder 2.0, which I do happen to also be promoting, which is a WordPress-based plugin. But being a WordPress-based plugin, it certainly has its limitations and potential issues by the sheer fact that that's reliant upon WordPress. It's constantly changing and being updated, and it's also on your own hosting, which can also provide its own limitations. And InstaBuilder 2, while it does have in the professional version a sales funnel builder built into it, it doesn't have any of the membership functions that this does, and it certainly doesn't have the level of integrations and so forth that ClickFunnels does. But InstaBuilder's editor is actually more fun to use and slightly more feature rich. As far as that's concerned. And that's where some of these ideas that I have for ClickFunnels have actually come from, like being able to switch between the pages for the split testing and being able to edit the text with a little bit more flexibility as far as the colors are concerned, and being able to drag and drop these elements as well, rather than having to rely upon this section here to do my dragging and dropping. But that's really it. When it comes to those two products, you still are fairly much comparing apples to oranges. But they both have their needs, they both have their markets, and they both have their separate purposes. So anyway, that is it from me. If you have any questions, concerns, agreements, disagreements, you want to see more videos specific to ClickFunnels or anything else, please let me know. Give me feedback. I will do them. I promise I will. I enjoy doing this. It's fun. And, if I can help you make a better purchasing decision, then great. And if that happens to translate into you clicking on my links and buying through me, then that's great too. You'll get access to my bonuses. You'll be able to come onto some of my private webinars as a result of that, as a thank you. And then I can help you out on a more personal level in those webinars with your businesses and so forth. So anyway, once again, thank you for listening. I didn't expect this to be this long, but hey, I'd rather do it more thorough and give you value for your time than just not share anything much and just half-ass it. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much. I apologize for the length, and I guess I'll see you in one of my other videos, or maybe my webinars. I don't know. Thank you.